Hello, I'm Dr. Ruth Roberts, your pet's ally. I hope that you're well today. And I wanted to talk to you about one of the scariest emergencies. But first, before I forget, we have a couple of really awesome things coming up. If you didn't catch it, the Dog Care on Air. If you didn't make it, go down and click the link and sign up, because in their generosity, these folks are going to keep these presentations available at no charge until I think March of 20 or something like that. So if you scroll down on the page, you'll see a post about Dog Care on Air. Go click on that, sign up, check it out, all that good stuff. And then the other thing I wanted to give you a heads up about is the annual Animal Wellness Summit, which is put on by my dear friend Barney Kunze, who I actually got to meet in the flesh this last week here in Sedona, is coming up. The dates are December 2nd through the 11th. Go ahead and sign up. I'm going to put a link below there for you. Go ahead and sign up so you'll get all the info about what's going on there, and what the presenters are going to be talking about this year. I'll be presenting about helping your pet age with grace. So we'll have more about that in the next week or so, but definitely go check that out, get signed up, and check it out. So today, what I was wanted to talk with you about is, if my pet eat bones from the trash, is that an emergency? And it certainly can be, but most of the time they're able to kind of get them through. So what's been distressing me about my profession is that most veterinarians are unwilling to work up a case in the office. So I don't know if you've seen that happen, but even relatively simple things that they should be able to handle without an issue, like an uncomplicated case of diabetes, for instance. Golly, they're sending you all over to see a specialist, and it's costing you literally thousands of dollars. And we are grateful when we need the specialist, truly, but there's so much that you should be able to do at home, and so much that human medicine has shown us that they don't want us in their hospitals and their emergency rooms. They want those places specifically for people that really need that help. So my goal is to give you a couple of tips around this issue, because if you call a veterinary office and say, "Oh my God, my dog got in the trash and ate the bones. Oh, golly, you got to come in right now, and we got to do IV fluids and blood work and x-rays and all this stuff." And you're like, well, but nothing's going on. So what do you do? The first thing is, it depends on what the bones are. So if they're chicken bones, things like that, they do tend to splinter. And so now keep in mind, I am not there with you looking at your pet. So this is where you have to make a judgment call. But dogs and cats grew up eating the bones of animals. Now granted, bones tend to splinter more when they are cooked, so there is more risk of some of these bones getting stuck in the intestines, or truly in perforating the intestines. So as I told you a few weeks ago, we had to take Mona to the emergency room because Pepe was out to get her. He turned over the trash and she ate duck bones, and it didn't work out well. So she ended up with a bone stuck in her stomach still. The intestines completely fine, everything was moving through there. She had diarrhea from having eaten the duck fat and carcass and things of that nature, but she didn't vomit. And that's sort of the first thing you think of. If you've got something stuck in your stomach, then we're going to vomit, right? Well, not necessarily. So this is sort of the frustrating thing, when they don't follow the correct pattern. So the deal is, what do? Well, if it's a ton of bones and your dog is standing there with its belly poofed out like crazy, that's not so good, and that's probably where you're going to need some help. If it's a few bones, many of you walk your pets, and then before you can think about it, your little piranha has reached over and grabbed a chicken bone that somebody's left on the sidewalk, or what have you. And do you run to the vet every time that happens? No. So what should you do at home? The first thing is help it move through. So we can do that by adding high fiber foods to the diet and helping kind of bulk up the stool volume to help push things through. And may I hope that this is working a little bit better. First thing is bulk up the stool. So you can do this two different ways. You can do something like boiled potatoes, boiled sweet potatoes, turnips. Those are very high fiber vegetables. You can also add in some other high fiber veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, things of that nature. And by the way, the potatoes and the sweet potatoes and turnips boiled are a great option for pets with diarrhea because, again, we're adding fiber. So what you can do is then give them several high fiber meals with relatively large volume. So Mona's our little 9-pound doxy, and we would offer her something on the order of about a quarter of a cup 2 to 3 times a day to kind of grab stuff in the stomach and help push it through. Now, if you find that this isn't working and lo and behold, there is vomiting, there's diarrhea, things of that nature, that's when you need to head over to the ER. So my goal in telling you this is to let you know that there are things you can do at home. And there's a ton of advice out there, some of it good, some of it bad. And as you know, I've been talking about iPets Ally all month. Tonight is my first live broadcast to the iPets Ally membership folks. And the reason this is a bit different from everything else is that what I'll be doing is teaching live on this subject for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'll also provide you a PDF so you can download that and or print it out, put it on your refrigerator so you know kind of what to do and when to go to the emergency clinic in most situations. So there's several things we'll be discussing tonight. Some of them are life-threatening emergencies, and some of them are not. So I'm going to read you kind of a list of what to do, and then we'll discuss some of these, or not a list of what to do, but a list of the topics that we'll be discussing tonight. So, some of them are really true dire emergencies, like struggling to breathe and coughing consistently and unable to rest, a distended stomach and bloating, whimpering in pain, restlessness or anxiety, yellow gums, jaundice, and then dragging legs or, struggling to walk or not being able to walk at all, fever, and then collapsing, seizures, discharge from the vagina or the penis, and then throwing up more than once, strange odor, bee stings, trauma, and lethargy. So many of those can be life-threatening emergencies. And what I'll do this evening is kind of go through, here's a list of things where this is crystal clear, you need help from a qualified emergency clinic. And here are some situations where you can try some things at home, provided your pet is not showing you symptoms that indicate this is really, really an emergency. I'll also get you some information on how you might use common over-the-counter things like Benadryl, charcoal, things of that nature to help with some of these issues. So, the goal is going to the ER is never fun. And then you end up waiting and you're there for 2 hours sometimes. And it's like, well, my pet looks fine. Let's just go home. So my goal is to give you some resources so that you'll be able to prevent having to go and, and save yourself a little money. Some things that you can manage at home, other things that you can manage until you're able to see your regular veterinarian in the morning. So that's what we'll be doing. And then the second part is, after I finish doing the teaching, you'll be able to ask me questions about your pets. And while this is not meant to be a consultation, my goal with these question and answer sessions are to give you some insights about what you can do and how to get you started working with your veterinarian, and also point you in the direction of the free resources we have available, both in the freed members area and then also in the iPets Ally area as well. We're going to be interacting via Zoom, so you will need to download a little piece of software. You can either call in by telephone or do a video link, and then we'll be able to all to kind of talk and chat in real time, which I think is going to be really a lot of fun and really super exciting. So if you've already joined iPets Ally, you've already gotten an email. I'm going to send a reminder out about an hour before we start, which will be 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. And, come join us. It's going to be a ball. Until the 24th, so the end of this week, we are still offering iPets Ally for 30 days for $1. After that, it is $9.97 a month or $9.99. I can't remember which number it is. It's all pretty close. But this gives you the ability to get information quickly. We're going to be adding, right now we're focusing on getting videos and the transcripts of videos up in the member site so that you can search for instance, cancer, kidney disease, GI disturbance, things of that nature. And as we progress, we'll have more and more sort of finer search methods available. For right now, we've got broad categories. But when you head to those video pages, there's the video, so you don't have to remember what day was that on and scroll through Facebook and all that stuff. And there will also be a transcript, so that if there's some little gem that applies to you and the issue that your pet's having, you can literally copy and paste that little piece of information you want to hang on to and put it in a file where you're going to be able to find it really quickly, or a note or something of that nature. So that's the goal of this. The other thing is to give you information. So, this month I'm going to be talking about emergencies because I think that's one of the most important topics. And then from there, the following month, my plan is to talk about vaccines, heartworm prevention, things of that nature that are considered to be preventive medicine, in quotation marks, by conventional medicine, and what you really need to do and what is really of benefit to your pet. So each month will be a different topic. We do have another Facebook page where you'll be able to interact with other members. There won't be much question and answer there. Again, I'm trying to give the biggest impact that I can give as I spend time with you. If you're a member of the original Crock Pet Diet and our private group there, I do a lot of question and answer there every week. So there's a lot of ways that I can support you for not a lot of money. But this membership area is a way that you can help support me so that I can continue to afford to do the work that you need help with. So I hope that makes sense. So there's a lot of people that are going to using something called Patreon, which is a way to be a patron to help support me so that I can continue to do the work. I'd love to tell you doing all this stuff is really inexpensive, but it's not. It takes a lot of time and effort. I have to pay people to help me. It takes a lot of money to keep all this stuff up in the air. So this is a way you can help support me, support you. So that is what I have for you this week. Kimberly, if you're a member of the original Pet Diet free, or not free, but our private Facebook group, come on over there at 11. I'm going to be doing a question and answer roundup as I do every week, and that's what I've got for you today. So check out iPets Ally if you have not. Click that link, sign up. It's going to cost you $1. You can see what's going to be on offer in the members area. You can join us for that broadcast this evening. And of course, this broadcast will be edited and then uploaded to the site so that you'll be able to find it with super ease. So each of the broadcasts will be recorded, obviously, and then uploaded to that members area. So until next week, remember, your pet's best health starts in the bowl. I'm Dr. Ruth Roberts, your pet's ally. Take good care.